in this.
2 out of 3 falls, 45 minutes, weighing 214 pounds, from parts unknown, the Bushman. From sunny France, weighing 204, Drapp.
The center of the ring at the present time, the Bushman from the upper Amazon. You notice how his hair stands on end? Well, according to official reports, the male members of the tribe from the upper Amazon wear their hair in that way to signify the rays of the sun. His opponent is the wrestling Frenchman, Drapp, from Paris, France. Johnny Doyle, the matchmaker here in Southern California, made a trip east this winter and saw Drapp perform in New York City. He says, mark it down in your little black book, this Drapp is going to be one of the greatest wrestlers in the world. Drapp and the Bushman. Stanley Pinto, the third man in the ring. 2 falls out of 3. The Bushman goes for a leg lock, but the person is in right on top of him. Drapp, 205 pounds. The Bushman, 214. Drapp comes up with a kick to the chin. You can see already with the speed of this young Frenchman, he's going to be very popular here at Hollywood Legion Stadium. There's a leg lock. He got a key scissors with the points of his toes on the Bushman to throw him on the canvas. This boy is as clever with his feet as Frank Sexton. Sedalia powerhouse, the man of 1,000 holds. The Bushman, oh, beautiful work by this Drapp. Notice how he counted and went through the legs. Johnny Doyle certainly didn't steer us wrong on this man. Drapp. Johnny Doyle says he's going to be one of the greatest wrestlers in the world and someday maybe world's champion. And over and under a headlock by the Bushman. Another one by the Bushman. Another over and under headlock by the Bushman. And Drapp counters with an over and under headlock, and the Bushman hits the canvas. Yes, this wrestling Frenchman is one of the most colorful wrestlers we've seen for many, many months here at Hollywood Legion Stadium. Bushman is a fine wrestler and comes up with a scissors on the arm. An arm, long arm bar with the scissors around the arm. Figure 4 scissors around the arm. Long arm bar in this lock, and I would almost call that with a leg scissors. He pulled the hair of Drapp, and Pinto is saying, break up the hold, and he breaks. The Bushman is in on top of Andre and comes up again with this very peculiar scissors applied on the arm, a long arm bar and wrist lock, and the scissors around in a Beal position. But the Frenchman has the Bushman's shoulders to the canvas. They're rolling, though, no count. 1. Only a count of 1, the shoulders off the canvas. This Frenchman is a very colorful wrestler. The Bushman works on leverage and pressure, though, and kicks the Frenchman over to the canvas. Drapp and the Bushman. The Bushman, of course, with the long mane of hair and the long trunks. The Frenchman, Drapp, very colorful young wrestler. 204 pounds, outweighed by the Bushman by some 9 or 10 pounds. He's much lighter than that, but if you'd see him down in the dressing room, you could see how well built he is, how powerful he has a lot of weight in his legs. He comes out of the hold and comes up on top of the Bushman now. He has a very peculiar hold on the Bushman. He's using a variation of the same hold the Bushman had on him, a long arm bar and wrist lock, utilizing a leg scissors, a figure 4 leg scissors. Really applying the pressure on this long arm bar. Andre Drapp. The Bushman breaks out of the hold by pulling the hair. Pinto sees it, but the Frenchman breaks out of it himself and comes up now, getting the Bushman in a full twisting headlock, and comes up with a chin lock. It looks like a smother hold. It's a pressure hold. The nerves the side of the head. Now it is a full chin lock, a full reverse chin lock. The Bushman, though, goes for the ropes, and Stanley Pinto tells him to break. As the Frenchman breaks, the Bushman comes up with a leg lock, but Pinto forces him to break away. The Bushman comes in, and there's the feet to the midsection. The Frenchman comes up with a hard smash to the jaw. Pinto says, break it up, and he breaks, backs away. Long arm bar and wrist lock applied by the Bushman. Changed it to a short arm bar with the knee at the elbow. And, of course, resting on the muscular portion of the arm up near the shoulder. Short arm bar and wrist lock applied by the Bushman on Andre Drapp, colorful French wrestler. Imported from New York City by matchmaker Johnny Doyle and promoter Hugh Nichols. Here at Hollywood Legion Stadium in Hollywood, California. The fingers apart, and Pinto forces him to break. Drapp flexing the finger muscles, and the Bushman comes up again with a long arm bar and whips him to the canvas. Long arm bar and whip wrist lock. Rabbit punches to the back of the neck, and the Bushman goes for the rope. The Frenchman is right on top of it. He worked on the nerves in the middle of the back, and those rabbit punches, and the Bushman didn't like it. There's a wrist breaker over the knee by the Frenchman. Another wrist breaker over the knee, and the Bushman doesn't like this. This Frenchman is very colorful. Well, that's a new one. I don't know what I'd call it. You can call it any... Sergeant Benjamin, who's with me here from Armed Forces Radio Service, says, call it a flapjack. That's as good as any, Ben. Bushman is really bicycling away from the Frenchman, but he's got a handful of hair and has Andre over the top strand of the ropes. He rabbit punches him to the back of the neck as Pinto breaks him. Bends him over the ropes again. Pinto tells him to break, and he's roughing the Frenchman up. Pinto pulls him off by the head of the hair. Frenchman's to his feet, but there goes the Bushman, and there's that head smash to the knee, rolling head smash to the knee. This is a softening up hold by the Bushman, a rolling head smash to the knee. He's softening him up for his boa constrictor hold. Against the ropes, a whip headlock, whips the Frenchman to the canvas. There he goes again off the ropes, this time with the head of the hair. He throws the Frenchman to the canvas. Getting him into a position to soften him up. He's against the ropes. But the Frenchman goes in and comes up with a wrist lock. Comes up now. He's a very colorful wrestler. He's applying pressure on the muscular portion of the arm. Frenchman uses an arm breaker, coming in with his knees to the arm. Well, he's taking a breather. He slaps him on the back, but Andre doesn't pay any attention to it. He's just taking a breather now. It's an arm breaker applied with the feet. This Frenchman is very clever. He's one of the most colorful wrestlers we've seen here in Southern California. Bushman has changed this to a long arm bar and wrist lock and has the side of his foot against his chin now, bouncing his head off the canvas. Long arm bar and wrist lock. It's what we'd call an arm stretch, as he puts his knee against the elbow and pulls the arm and wrist backwards. And the Bushman is going for the rope. Well, we've seen some new ones tonight. Well, there's an old one. A handful of hair will break up many a hole. That's what the Bushman's been taught, and it worked in that case. Pinto tells them to break, and they break. Bushman has Andre over the top strand of the rope with rights and lessers and right to the jaw. And there he's butting the Bushman with his head, and a right to the jaw, another right to the jaw. Pinto says, break it up. This Frenchman can dish it out as well as take it. Yes, sir. There's a beautiful drop kick to the chin by Andre Drapp. Well, he's using the head of the hair and throwing the Bushman across the ring, too. He can do it, too, he says. And the Bushman goes outside the ring. And over and under headlock, brings him in again. This time the Frenchman is getting the worst of it with his Adam's apple against the top strand of the rope. Pinto is going to give a count. He's giving a count. He tells the timekeeper to ring the bell. And Pinto is going to disqualify the Bushman. Stanley Pinto disqualifies the Bushman, I am sure. Yes. That's the way to go in the book. Stanley Pinto disqualifies the Bushman. And the ball goes to Andre Drapp. Disqualified. The third man in the ring is Stanley Pinto. The boys in the arm and neck hold the referee's hold, and there is a wrist lock and a flying head scissors by Andre Drapp, and the Bushman hits the canvas. He's really rocking him with a figure four. He turned that figure four head scissors. In other words, the knee of the Bushman is right up against the knee, the back of the knee. He turns around now. The Bushman's trying to get into a position so he can spin out of it and pins the shoulders to drop to the canvas for a moment, but Andre is rolling his shoulders. Andre Drapp, very clever with his legs. Very clever. Something's gonna give here. Something's got to give, and it was the Bushman who gave in. Now it's a long arm stretch. With the Frenchman kicking against the neck and shoulder with one foot, his other foot around under the armpit. Now pulling him up into a long arm bar, an arm stretch. Using a chin lock there too. Frenchman very clever. There's the old surfboard. The surfboard applied by Andre Drapp, but the Bushman was outside the rope, so Pinto broke the hold. First time we've seen that surfboard for a long time. Bushman comes in with a head hold, and Andre comes up with a full Nelson and an arm stretch, getting him around into a surfboard position. Trying to get him into that surfboard position again. Bushman going for the ropes. Pulling him back. There's the surfboard applied by Andre Drapp on the Bushman. Beautifully done. Over the ocean waves on a surfboard. Well, I imagine that the Bushman's feeling a little rocky, as Andre's really applying the pressure. Bushman, however, is very powerful, pulling out of this surfboard gradually as he shoulders to the canvas and trying to bridge and counter out of it. And Andre is still holding on to that surfboard. A full Nelson applied to the legs by Andre Drapp. A full Nelson applied with the legs. The hold of the Sedalia powerhouse, Frank Sexton, recognized as the world's heavyweight champion back east. The Bushman has his legs outside the ropes, so he says, well, pull me out of it. Andre is breaking out of the hold, but the Bushman still holds onto the ankle of Andre Drapp. He's getting up to his feet, and the Bushman's in on top of him with a side headlock. Side headlock applied by the Bushman. There goes the Bushman into the ropes. Oh, he tried for a flying body scissors, but he missed. Andre Drapp tried for a flying body scissors, but he missed. He comes up now with a full Nelson. He really kicked him right in the, he's really bleeding. The Bushman is really bleeding. That's right. That's all there is. There isn't any more. The man is hurt and hurt badly. Doctor will have to come in on this one. Andre Drapp. He tried for a flying body scissors, but he really messed him up. That was an accident, believe me. Frenchman, he's cut right under the eye. Trying for the heel of his shoe, cut him under the eye. He's really bleeding. I think. Getting around into a position here. Andre Drapp, sensational young Frenchman, tried for a flying body scissors. It was an accident, but naturally the match goes to Andre Drapp in 2 straight falls as the Bushman is unable to continue. But the Bushman wants to get in. He wants to get in on the action on this.